Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to Morgellons discussion and microscopy videos. I'm your host, Jeremy Murphree, and today is a very special day because after a lot of work and a lot of coordination and humility, we've been able to have the EtherMorg Whitepaper fully accepted by all four peer reviewers. And what that means is that we're going to be able to go to work. We have a game plan, and the people who have reviewed the plan seem to think that it's okay. And so what I want to do is I want to read that for you. But before I do that, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe, smash in the like button, drop on down to the comments, and if there's nothing there, go ahead and send something to us, and we will start a discussion about what you're talking about. It'll be good times, I promise. Okay, so let's get back over to this thing on my other window. Where are we at? There we go, EtherMorg. I'm going to put a link in the description below so y'all can check this out and see what's going on. And hey, I'm starting to make videos on my other channels, so you may see a little bit less of me here, but always feel free to reach out, and I'll do my best. I'm going to be here to answer those questions as they're coming in. I know that now is the time when people need to know, what this Morgellons is and finally understand what it really isn't. This whole thing with the nanotechnology, the fibers being infectious, being everywhere but in the skin, all that stuff, it's time for that stuff to go and for the real Morgellons to come out so people can get healed. It's time to get healed. All right, EtherMorg. Revised on November the 30th, 2021. That's today. So this is going to be an operation that's going to be managed by the new Morgellons Movement. This is a nonprofit organization that I'm going to register with the Secretary of State before the end of the year or whenever I get the money to do it. And we're also going to file as a 501c3 with the IRS. So what that means, let me read this white paper to you because it goes into it. History. EtherMorg is a non-for-profit token created by Jeremy Todd Murphree of Greenville, South Carolina, a Morgellons patient with TBRF, tick-borne relapsing fever, a Borrelia bacteria like Lyme. Non-profit organization. EtherMorg operating expenses and income will be managed by the new Morgellons Movement, a nonprofit organization to be registered in the state of South Carolina. A 501c3 application will be filed for this nonprofit so that sales of EtherMorg can be reported as charitable contributions. All income outside of operating expenses will be donated towards scientific research. Purpose. The purpose of EtherMorg, a Bitcoin derivative using Counterparty technology, is to award advocates who raise awareness about Morgellons disease by gamifying the acts of sharing Morgellons research that demonstrate an infectious process, and to raise funds for scientific research and public awareness. These acts may include, but are not limited to, sharing on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Reddit, and other social networks, in-person conferences, rallies, and protest demonstrations, medical conference attendance, including annual continuing education compliance. Goals. Increase social awareness of Morgellons science. Increase attendance at Morgellons medical conferences. Motivate physicians to attend medical conferences and take continuing education courses which provide information about the infectious nature of Morgellons disease. Motivate advocates to attend rallies, demonstrations, and awareness events. Raise funds for scientific research. Distribution. The present supply is currently 10,000 EtherMorg, and I know some of you out there are holding on to them. 10,000 EtherMorg will be issued quarterly by Counterparty server. EtherMorg will be sold online at the EtherMorg store described below. Store price will be set by the nonprofit and will not necessarily reflect market value, if any. Holders will be able to utilize social tipping bots, similar to how Trollcoin is distributed using Trollcoin Bot, a bot accessible on multiple social platforms that allows users to tip each other. Counterparty server. VPS or dedicated hosting. Quarterly distribution. Tipping daemon. Projected expenses. $200 to $400 annually for the VPS hosting. $50 annual domain registration. Should be registered 3 years in advance. The VPS is for the Counterparty server. $200 annual managed web hosting for the EtherMorg store. Wallet. Free wallet. EtherMorg utilizes and promotes Free Wallet, an open source project available for anyone to fork or review. Uses. A. Social tipping. Award individuals sharing research, studies, surveys, conference presentations by mechanism of programmed bots utilizing the Counterparty server. Prize redemption. Prizes can be redeemed at a forthcoming EtherMorg store, similar to the Trollcoin store, in exchange for EtherMorg. Prizes will be Morgellons themed and may include, for example, signed copies of Morgellons, the legitimization of a disease. Screen that call. Blooper reel for Skin Deep, the battle over Morgellons. Guitar sent by Randy Wymore. And more. The online store will be an e-commerce platform and may utilize WooCommerce or Magento technologies, with a payment gateway that accepts EtherMorg as payment. Social voting. The EtherMorg store will include polls which visitors can participate in by exchanging EtherMorg for votes. This will occasionally drive demand for EtherMorg. Occasionally. All right, and the lottery. D. Similar to social voting, lotteries with Morgellons-themed prizes can be entered by spending EtherMorg crypto. This will afford multiple entries for individuals holding a large amount of EtherMorg. Okay, so I know that was a whole lot, and I just kind of went through it, and I think I said that Randy Wymore was going to sand the guitar, but I think what I meant was that he's going to sign the guitar and donate it to the EtherMorg store so people can buy these EtherMorg tokens priced by the nonprofit to meet a fundraising goal towards scientific research. So if Randy Wymore's guitar, signed by him, can be bought inside the EtherMorg store for 10,000, maybe 100,000 EtherMorg, well, if the nonprofit is selling EtherMorg at $1 a piece, then that could be $100,000 towards scientific research. That's how EtherMorg is going to work. Let's say, for example, if you go to my YouTube channel and you see the conference presentation playlists and you find one of those conference presentation videos on the Charles Holman Foundation's YouTube channel, and you share that to your Twitter, and some of us holding EtherMorg see that, we can tip you. We're going to create a program. That's what the Counterparty server is. The Counterparty server is going to be sitting there listening. And I'm going to be on Twitter, and I'm going to see somebody sharing a conference video from 2017 or 2017. And I'm going to say Morgellons tip 500 EtherMorg. And that person's going to get 500 EtherMorg in their wallet. And then they're going to go to the EtherMorg store and they're going to get that skin deep blooper reel that we're selling on there for 450 EtherMorg or something like that. These are just examples, of course, but that's how the system's going to work. EtherMorg isn't something, like it says right here, it's a non-for-profit token. The whole purpose of this token is to raise funds for scientific research and to gamify the process of raising awareness. And what gamify means is you award somebody something for doing something. That it's an incentive, okay? Like if somebody shared a Morgellons study on their Facebook page, you could give them $5, or you could give them 100 EtherMorg, and they could use that 100 EtherMorg to go buy a signed copy of Morgellons, the Legitimization of a Disease by Dr. Ginger Savely, signed by Dr. Savely, in the EtherMorg store for 100 EtherMorg that they won by sharing that research on their Facebook page. All we got to do on Facebook is say, Morgellons tip 100 EtherMorg. And that person's got 100 EtherMorg in their wallet, their free wallet. And so that's what EtherMorg is really all about. And that's what I've been working on for the past several months. And today, finally, I'm going to include a link in the description below so you guys can read not only the white paper, but you can also read the peer review notes are right there. And we had to make changes on this paper. It didn't go in the first time. The first time they were like, whoa, this is going to... And it's like, yeah, it's not really, it didn't really have anything going on. But this is a structure. This is a plan. This is something we're going to have to go to work to accomplish, to build. And apparently the plan don't look too bad. What do you guys think? Let me know. Leave a comment down below. I hope everybody's doing okay. I definitely appreciate the conversations that are coming across recently about Morgellons. And yeah, that's what if you ask me about Morgellons, I'm going to tell you what it is. And if there's something you think that may be associated with it, if it's not, I'm not going to lead you to believe otherwise. I will let you know. No, Morgellons fibers don't move. No, the only place Morgellons fibers appear is in the skin. That's just where we're at. That's the truth. Let me know. Leave a comment down below. Hit that subscribe, punch that like, and we will see you soon.